If we pay extra, could we maybe get some grease or fat?
All right, I'm back for day 25, and today we are having ribeyes. Prime cut ribeye steak. These two, and then I got a select cut ribeye steak here. So we're gonna cut these up, and that's gonna be breakfast, or it's gonna be my one meal a day and Katie's first meal of the day. Look at that, beautiful. Just the way I like to see it. Nice prime cut piece of delicious, beautiful steak. Let's see how it came out. Every day is Christmas when you eat a meat diet. I feel like I get to eat candy for breakfast. I think it's the only drawback to OMAD is you only get to do this once a day. But at the same time, I go all day without being able, I found it easier to overcome cravings at convenience stores, passing by restaurants, going places to eat with friends, anywhere where there's food involved in the merriment. One meal a day has made it possible to get through those moments a lot easier. I found that even though I get occasional random cravings, or maybe that sense like, oh, my stomach is empty, and it's like a little nausea spur for a second, as soon as I drink some water, or a lot of times all I got to do is think about eating the thing that I'm looking at that I want, or that I'm thinking about that I want that's not on my diet. And a lot of times I'll remember that that taste is not good anymore, which is unusual because up until this diet, I thought chocolate brownies tasted delicious, and now they just taste like flour powder. That blows me away. Something that I love so much could change flavor because I've gotten used to the delicious, nutritious benefits of beef. Sometimes when I'm talking about this diet, I forget there's people out there who just don't know. Not only do they not know, they think red meat is bad for them. Bad for them. Kidding me? I'm a whole different person. So that's OMAD day number 25. I didn't go on this starting to think I was going to do a certain amount of days of OMAD. I just started eating one meal a day, and it has turned into a challenge. And I'm kind of focusing on 30 days right now, but if it keeps working as well as it does, I may stick with it. I'm having breakfast a little earlier today than I have been because I want to get going to the library as early as I can because I still got a lot of cleanup work to do on this upload download from my computer being offline for 3 months. So I planned on spending the whole day there, so I wanted to get my breakfast in early. So that's the only hard part about pushing it back a little further is that when I want to get going early in the morning, I want to eat early as I can. And I don't have a place to take any food to the library and heat it up. I don't feel like doing the window cook thing. I'd rather just eat it hot, so I'll go ahead and do it before I leave. Oh, my goodness, am I full. I couldn't finish both of those ribeyes. I still got this much meat left, which is a little worrisome because I think I'm not going to be able to make it through the day now. But we'll see how it goes. I am so full, I cannot stuff another bite in me. And I guess those were a little bigger than what I've been eating, so I'm going to say I still ate about 2 pounds of meat. I didn't look and see what their weights were, but I know one of those ribeyes was freaking huge. Huge! All I know is it's delicious. You know, trying to eat one meal a day and be disciplined about only eating one time has also helped me to resist having snacks when I wanted to. Or thought about maybe having something. It really does make a big difference when you're focused on only eating that one time per day. But sometimes, like, you know, the nights that I've had, a couple of nights I've had carnivore crisps. Now, 25 days, only snacking 2 to 3 days on those 25 during that time period, I count that as a win. It might have been 4, but it hasn't been that many. And 25 days has gone by like that. I can't believe how fast it has gone by. So, I mean, there's times I've thought about, hey, do a 30-day challenge on OMAD. Be a lot easier than I thought now that I'm, you know, 5 days away from completing it. It's the end of day 25, and I've made it through the entire day. Well, it's 7 o'clock, and I'm not hungry at all. I did have, when I was leaving the library about 5:30, I had a brief moment after I got up where I felt this slight bit of nausea, kind of like it was in my gut. And I had it yesterday one time too. where right away it was like, ooh, I need something to eat. And then it was gone. Strange. Either way, I gotta say, it's been real convenient not having to stop doing what I'm doing to go eat something several times a day. All right, it's a little chilly out there out here this morning to be wearing a tank top, but you know what? If I can get away with shorts and a tank top, I'm gonna do everything I can to do it, because I love dressing comfortably, and especially since I've lost weight. But now today, I'm going to continue OMAD. What is today? Day 26 or 7? I don't even know what day it is. Anyway, it's whatever day came after the last one that I recorded. And I have a tiny little bit of the lamb meat left, just like maybe about 8 ounces, maybe less, 6 ounces of lamb meat left. And then my mother-in-law came to visit with us. She just left. And I got 1.5 pounds here and almost 1.5 pounds here of Warrior Burger that she bought the other half of the cow that I bought from Big Mo's Cattle. So they haven't eaten it quite as fast as I do, because obviously I'm eating meat every day. As I noticed, people are surprised. Yes, I eat meat every day, 1 meal a day for the last 20 some days, but for the last almost a year now, I eat meat every day, and that's it. I haven't eaten anything else, with the exception of the occasional faux pas or giving into a craving or making a mistake. I documented a few of them. I didn't document all of them, but at the same time, it has been about 99.999% meat if you accumulate everything I've eaten for the past 11 months since I started on January 14th. Today is December 8th. But so yes, this is what I'm going to have today. Warrior Burger, by the way, for those of you who may not know, is this is grass-fed, grass-finished cow meat. The rancher who raises these cattle is extremely good at making a very natural process. There's no chemicals along the way. There's no hormone injections. I mean, it is about as pure as you can get. So one of the things about the beef is it's got a great omega-3 to omega-6 ratio. Reducing omega-6 ratio in the beef just means a lot less inflammation for your body. And inflammation is at the root of most everything that actually hurts you. Every disease that we have, inflammation is partly at the root of it. But also, this has organ meat mixed in with it. So in this meat is kidneys and liver and whatever else that they might have pulled out of the cow that they would want to mix in with meat to maybe hide some of the organ flavor. I've grown to find that these are the most delicious burgers I've ever tasted, and Katie agrees. So that's what we're going to make today. I'm going to get started by reheating some of this lamb, and then I'm going to cut this up and have that for the first part of my meal. So I'm just going to reheat it for 5 minutes in the air fryer. And then I'm going to cook these for 12 minutes singly on each side inside the... I might be able to cook both of them. Normally I cook 1 pack of these. But I guess I'll try 2 of these side by side for a little longer time, and we'll see how they come out, because I don't think I've ever done 2 of these at once. Well, my lamb is done, and I'm eating it as I go. But I've gotten to the stage where I put the meat in the air fryer, and really, if I try to stuff both of these in this air fryer, it's going to be too much. So we're going to leave it at 12 minutes on each side. Lamb meat is so good. It kind of makes you feel a little primal sometimes. Just standing there holding onto a piece of meat. Ah. All right, so this got done cooking a few minutes ago, and it's 12 minutes on each side. I don't know if you can see this in here, but when I stick the fork in it, you can see the fat and stuff pouring out of the center of this, because it's a 1.5 pounds of full fat meat that's loaded with organs, and it doesn't look very red, so I think it is pretty well cooked in the center all the way through. Let's take a look. All right, looks like an extra minute would have done it with some good, but still cooked enough for me. Oh my God. I forgot what it was like to bite into this for the first time again. So I'm curious to know if any of you have started trying to do 1 meal a day since I've been doing this now for 27 days-ish. How's it been working out for you? Have you had similar results? Are you having a hard time getting through the day? What kind of experiences are you having? I'd love to hear your comments in the comments below. Today, I am doing a ribeye steak and a T-bone steak. exactly 2 pounds of meat. Should be good because 2 pounds has been doing great for me, considering I didn't think I was even going to be able to do OMAD. But that's kind of the point of all this, is to show you that, you know, I'm just like you are, struggling with all these things that I'm trying to fix about myself and make it more efficient and faster and better, and just trying to become, you know, the best thing that I'm capable of becoming, the best me I'm capable of being, just like I want you to be the best you're capable of being. But that's gonna have to come from within. Even though I can help motivate you just like I was motivated by others, it takes that getting up and doing it. And that's one of the reasons why my new thing has become, screw it, get up and do it. Because we realize that a lot of times when we say screw it, that usually precedes doing something stupid. So since we do everything that way, we might as well say screw it and do something right. For me, that has been Lion Diet. And now OMAD, well, 1 meal a day has like supercharged it. So I'm glad that I did it. And I may not do it consistently. At some point I may go back to 2 meals a day, but for now I'm finding that it's working and it's moving me in the right direction. So I'm going to keep moving in that direction, and I want you to keep moving in the right direction. So I'm here on the morning of December 9th and still don't have internet. However, they have spliced in the new connection that they made here. They brought in a connection from down the road here, where they brought down a wire down this road here. The wire comes across the street now, and they've got it running the ground here. So up until a couple days ago, it was just this black wire sticking out of the ground, and now they've got whatever this gizmo is, which looks like it's supposed to hook up to my house, I reckon. But anyway, what I'm told is that we should have internet by tomorrow. Here's open. Today I'm going to be having a ribeye steak, prime from Walmart. I have some Warrior Burger that I'm going to share with Katie for breakfast this morning, and then also I am having a cowboy cut ribeye steak. About 2.5 pounds of meat that I'll be eating there. And I know I need to, because yesterday I had 2 pounds and it wasn't quite enough. I started to get hungry last night, and I didn't want to make coffee, but I wanted something hot. So I actually took hot water and blended in some butter with it, some grass-fed, grass-finished butter. So it was kind of like bullet coffee without the coffee. And that actually got me through the night. But I don't want to be doing that all the time, because I'm trying to cut back on the butter too, because it's not a Lion Diet staple. And I found every time I stray anyway from Lion Diet that I regret it. Now, I have been able to trim back down since cutting out cheese, but I really want to cut out all the dairy, because I don't think the butter is helping me as much as I would like. I wanted to add some fat back to my diet, but I don't know if butter is the best choice. So I'm still researching on that one. Oh, and they're supposed to install internet today, so maybe I'll be able to find out some more information that I need too, so that I can come here and share it with you as I learn more on my journey. Oh, they just pushed the cable through the wall. I wish I'd have caught it coming in. Come on, we gotta get on the internet. Turn this water on. Where's my trackpad? Oh, it connected automatically. Are you kidding me? There it is. Internet. Man, it's just like this computer's coming to life all of a sudden. We got internet! And today I'll be having ribeyes. And just like every day, I kind of just get up and start figuring out what I'm going to have. Actually, I start the night before, because I have to pull the meat out of the freezer. All right, so I'm going to let these sit in the fridge like this for just a little while, about an hour, and then I'll be ready to make some, I want to say breakfast, but it's 1 meal a day. So it's breakfast, lunch, and supper all in one shot, and that's been working out really good for me. There are times at night that I have a desire to snack, but I noticed that the more that I focus on the fact that I want to stay in my fasting state that I have entered by not eating all day until the following day, so that I can get the full benefit of an intermittent fast, OMAD works great. But the reason I like OMAD personally is it gives me more time in my day. I don't have to spend as much time cooking. I don't have to spend as much time eating. I don't have to stop to eat, stop what I'm doing to eat something. When everybody else is stopping to eat something, I can get caught up on my email or whatever. It's the most efficient way I have found to do this diet, which is already, it has social barriers that make it difficult. So you want to make it as efficient as you can so that it's easier to do. When I'm full and I go out to spend time with people, it's a lot easier to watch them eat all the garbage that I used to be addicted to, as opposed to it being my mealtime as well. So that's some of the benefits I've found. And I haven't watched any YouTube videos on OMAD to figure out why to do this or how to do this. I just know that some people eat one meal a day, and I thought, you know what, that sounds like it makes sense to me because it would save me time and it would make things a little bit easier. But then the benefit side is that I lost weight quicker. I mentioned in a previous video that I dropped a little bit of size in my belt loop, and now I'm back to where my belt is as loose as, or as tight as it can be, but yet I've still got some room in my waistband. And these are problems I'm not used to dealing with, but I can get used to, and you can get used to them too, because you can have a body that you want. You can switch over from all the garbage processed food that you're eating from the center aisles of your grocery store. You can move away from spending way too much time shopping for stuff that you really don't want to eat. When you're done eating, you wish you hadn't eaten it. Then you got not only the expense of buying it, but the expense of having to deal with the health issues on the side. Plus you wind up throwing a lot of it out because it winds up sitting in your fridge and going bad, or it just goes bad sitting in your shelves, in your cupboards. But when it comes to eating meat, I have yet to throw away any meat since I've been on this diet, whether it was leftovers or not. I am focused on doing Lion diet for my way of living. It has been the one thing that has changed me for the better. One meal a day. It seems to be beneficial every way I look at it. Well, I'm back again for the OMAD part of my diet, where I began doing OMAD seriously, one meal a day. Be honest with you, this only started out as me just giving it a shot again because I hadn't done it in a while, and I thought it would be helpful for the way my diet works. But not only has it been helpful for the way my diet works, but it's also helped me to trim back down to where I actually have a loose fitting belt again. That, this has been kind of a marker for me. Like I said, I bought this belt when I was at the mid-notch on it, thinking that way, just in case I gained a little, I'd have some room to move, or if I lost a little, I'd have some room to move. And I just kept moving down. And now, when I pull the belt loop over to get it on, I realized that I run out of holes long before I run out of leather. So I have to come back to the loop that I have to get into, and that's when I know that I'm moving back down. I have a little bit more cleanup to do. I've got a lot of leftover meat from the past few days that I didn't even remember. I had about a pound of meat in here from a couple days ago, and then I had a little bit left over from yesterday that Katie didn't eat. So I plan to eat that, and I also plan to have one of these New York strip steaks. I'm going to make the other one for Katie. And that's going to be my one meal a day today, is a New York strip steak, along with the rest of this leftover ribeye steak that we had here. 30 days of one meal a day. I can't believe I've eaten one meal a day for the past 30 days. It has been another stage in doing Lion diet that has taken me to another level. So I've enjoyed one meal a day, and I think I'm going to stick with it a little longer. We'll see how it goes.
If we pay extra, could we maybe get some grease or fat?
Oh, that's a big mess. I haven't had that happen yet. Ow, 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 that's 400 degrees. Huh. So that's good. Surprised that hadn't happened already. Well, that was fun. Make a nice mess for myself. At least it was outside, right? It wouldn't have happened if I'd have been at home, but I mean inside of a regular house, because I would have had a normal size counter. All right, so now let's get back to checking this meat.